What's up everybody, I'm Brian, this is the Apple Bias, and today we're going to be talking about how to extend the iPhone mini's battery life, because we all know this is the best phone. Honestly, these tips will work with any iPhone. Sometimes you may need a little bit more power, especially with the mini. The mini does have the smallest battery on the 13 line because it's obviously the smallest and you can actually hold it one-handed, which is absolutely amazing. That being said, none of us like seeing that dreaded screen. You know the one I'm talking about. That's right, the low battery screen. Especially if it happens when it's not nighttime yet and it's like, no, I'm not gonna be able to make it through a day. And yes, they make that awesome MagSafe battery pack, which I highly recommend, and I actually did a video all about that. It's even got some improvements lately. Some of us don't want to carry around that, but we still want the mini size phones. So today I'm just gonna show you how to have your phone handle everything itself. Like, you don't have to go through any settings to change it. Once you set this up, your phone will just take care of the rest. This is hands down the easiest tips on extending your battery life. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into it. So we're on our iPhone. Now the first thing we're gonna wanna do is to launch the Shortcuts app. This has been around for a little while now, and it's super powerful, but it's a little weird to navigate. But I'm gonna walk you through the entire process. My phone screen is gonna be right up here. You're gonna be able to see everything that I do on my phone, so you can just repeat it. Feel free to pause, rewind, whatever you gotta do, because these settings are definitely worth it. So the first thing you wanna do once you get into the Shortcut app is to go into automation. This whole section is so powerful and allows you to just do everything automatically. So there's a little plus right on the top corner. We're gonna create a personal automation, and now you have all these different settings that you can go through. So I'm gonna control all these settings based on battery level. If my battery ever falls below 50%, I'm gonna trigger all these actions. So what are the actions? Well, first off, we're gonna do cellular, and then we're gonna want to go into set voice and data mode. So here you can see set voice and data mode to LTE on primary. So now in here you may have 5G enabled. 5G is a battery hog, so you want to disable that when you don't need it, and this will disable it when the battery is less than 50%. That way you don't have to worry about 5G taking a lot of battery. 5G is amazing, but at the same time, it's not everywhere. So this will automatically change your phone from 5G to LTE when the battery is less than 50%. Now we can set that battery to whatever we want it to be. You can make it 60, you can make it 70, you can make it 40, 30, whatever you want it to be. You know how you use your phone, you know how long your days are, so you set it to whatever you want. Go ahead and go next. Now there is this option that says ask before running. We're gonna wanna turn that off and tell it not to ask. So go ahead and go done. So now you can see when the battery falls below 50%, it's gonna trigger this action. So now that I have all that set up, I'm actually gonna go in and add even more automation to this one action. That way, when the battery is less than 50%, not only will that happen, but it will do some more actions as well. So all we have to do is go back into that action, and we'll wanna go to the do section. And then at the bottom, there's this search for apps and actions. So we click on that, and you wanna search dark mode. But you don't want to select this set light and dark mode because that's for the Apple TV. There's set appearance. You couldn't really see it on the iPhone mini because it wouldn't let me scroll down, but that was that next option. And you can say turn appearance dark. So if you didn't know, dark mode is also way less on the battery. On these new phones, they have that OLED screen, and anything black barely uses any power. So the more black you have, the better you got it. All right, so next up, as you can see, we're still in this screen. Now that we've added that one, we can just click on the bottom and we can go ahead and add another one. So now I'm gonna search low power. All right, set low power mode, because at 30%, that's when it normally asks you to turn on low power mode, and then it asks you again at 20, and then possibly again at 10. But now we're beating it to it, because now we're just gonna go ahead and turn it on at 50. Now, throughout the day, before I'm at 50, low power mode is off. But once I hit that 50%, low power mode turns on, and then it helps extend the battery life. If you didn't know what low power mode does, it stops apps from working in the background as often and does a lot of other random stuff that just uses less power. So now we have all the actions, but What happens now? Now my phone's always gonna be in low power mode. It's always gonna have 5G off, and it's always gonna be in dark mode. That's kind of annoying, isn't it? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna come back in. We're gonna add another automation. So we're gonna go ahead and create another personal automation. We're gonna scroll back down to that battery level, but this time we're gonna say 70%. So now if it rises above 70%, we're just gonna undo these actions. So let's go ahead, set voice and data. We can click on the LTE right there and say 5G auto. Once again, there's that ask before running. We'll wanna turn that off and say don't ask. You also don't need to be notified. So now that has been set, we go back into the setting that says when battery rises above 70%, we can click back on the do, and now we're gonna type in dark mode. Once again, you notice how I have to I can't, whatever reason, a little bug there. So now I'm gonna turn the appearance light, and we're gonna do one more, which is the low power. Now, the iPhone automatically turns low power mode off, I believe, once you get to 80 or 90%, so you really don't have to re-add this one, but if you want to, you can. So I went ahead, turned low power mode off, and now I can click done. Now I have these all set up. So what's gonna happen? Well, now everything's gonna happen automatically. When I plug in my phone and it rises above 70%, it's gonna turn all those features off to save battery. Once it falls below 50%, it's gonna turn them all on. It's that simple. Like with these little features, your phone will have a better chance of lasting throughout the day. If you got anything out of this video today, please hit that thumbs up. Also, if you like this kind of content, if you want more tips and tricks, hit that subscribe button. I got more on the way. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you all in the next one. God bless.